Hi, Noel Pulanco here again with Home Quick Property Management. Our topic today for our blog entry is discussing inspections and why we do them. Here at Home Quick, we believe that there's really two types of inspections that you do. We do an inspection while the property is occupied, check up on the tenant and see how things are going, and we also obviously do a move-out inspection when the tenant leaves. So we'll take a couple of minutes and we'll discuss both of those with you today. Okay, so first we'll discuss what we call our preventative maintenance walkthrough inspection. This is an inspection obviously that we do while the tenant is still occupying the property, and it's really a status check just to see how the property is looking, how well they're taking care of it, and really more importantly, is there any maintenance issues that might be going on that either they haven't reported or they might not even know about. I know from personal experience that a small drip underneath my dishwasher that the tenant didn't report ended up costing me a whole new wood floor in a kitchen. So catching minor issues like that can really help protect your asset long term. Also, there may be stuff that the tenant's not doing that we want to be aware of, like changing the air filters, keeping the windows and blinds clean, making sure that they're not becoming deteriorated too fast. Cleaning the carpets, semi-regularly, once or twice a year, especially if you've got a long-term tenant, can really help your carpet last long. We want to know what to expect when they move out, how dirty it's going to be, how good it's going to look, but there could be other stuff too. Is the trim on your on the roof due for a paint job? It only lasts so long here in the Arizona sun. Is there any evidence of termites that the tenant hasn't reported or maybe doesn't even know what to look for? There's a lot of stuff we can really take a look at to see if there's anything we need to do while they're in there. If we wait 2 or 3 years to check out the house, just because we've had a good paying tenant and had no major issues, it's really a mystery what kind of condition your house can be in when you get it back. So we strongly suggest that at some point during the tenancy you do a regular inspection. We don't want to bother the tenants too much, so at this time we're only doing these every 6 months. If you can get in and do it every 3 months, that's fine, but you really want to be careful that you're not also bothering a tenant that's been paying on time and that isn't having any issues. Okay, so the other kind of inspection is actually kind of split into two parts. We like to do an initial move-in video that shows the condition of a home prior to someone taking possession. More important to that will be the move-out inspection. So we call it a move-out assessment. This is where we're really going to go in, we're going to document everything that's wrong with the house and make a great effort at assessing who is responsible for any damage that's on there. In Arizona, normal wear and tear is expected. You can't charge a tenant for normal wear and tear, but we want to make sure that we're documenting anything that's past that. We mentioned the air filter in the preventative maintenance walkthrough. If they've never changed the air filter and you can tell, that's probably caused quite a bit of damage to your AC unit, and it's potential that you can hold the tenant liable. Extra dirty paint, chipped up paint, tons of nail holes in the walls, carpet that's never been touched, or tile that's never been cleaned or looks like it's been swept or mopped. That kind of stuff can end up being held accountable to the tenant. The tenant is responsible for keeping your property clean and keeping it up. So that's your chance to really document, and you really got to be clear on what you're charging the tenant and what is really just the owner's responsibility. We mentioned trim on the outside of the house. It's not your tenant's responsibility to keep the outside of your house painted. It's the owner's. So that's something that we could look at on the move-out assessment as well and determine if it's something that's going to protect your asset going forward, or again something that needs to be charged back to the tenant. So really crucial to do that, at least have an idea, something documented before your tenant moves in. We prefer a move-in video, and then obviously really crucial to have that move-out assessment and document that information. The last thing you ever want to do is get in a dispute with the tenant after they move out. Discussing the security deposit, who pays for what. It's just a really uncomfortable fight to be in. Unfortunately, we see them a lot. Many tenants don't seem to understand what their responsibility is at the end. But again, in these cases, we work for the owner, not the tenant. We always want to be fair, so documenting with video, especially with the technology we have now, there's just no excuse not to do a really good job on your move-out assessment. For more information on that, or if you have any other questions about property management needs or how to invest in Arizona real estate, please give us a call anytime. Thanks for checking us out today.